doing there, guitar heroes? Today's lesson is going to be kind of how to add a little rhythm to your chord playing. So we can spice things up just a little bit rather than playing the plain old strums. So there's a number of little techniques. Most of them are hammer-ons, like you kind of heard here. But almost every chord you can do something with, and I'm just kind of doing it kind of unconsciously right now. So let's go through a few of these techniques, and we'll see if we can add some more spice to your playing. Okay, so a G is a good example. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hammer my third finger on this string. But I'm going to do it on the beat. So I'm kind of hammering just before I strum. Off, on, off, on, off, on. Okay, so there's the C. Real well, common for me, but when you go back to the way this is connected, remember when we were doing the little blues thing? Kind of the same deal, right? Now on the G, we can use this pointer finger and it can go back and forth between its original position and then over one. So I'm on the D string, going back and forth from the second string, from the A to the D. And that, that's in that Eagles song, Tequila Sunrise, where that's through most of the song. That's really the only one I can think of right off the bat. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit slower. But so there's another one that you can use. And just before I put the hammer down, that's when I'm strumming it down. And the other chords we can do, we got something with the D. Then let's see, A minor. We're doing something with A minor. That's what I showed you in that last lesson. Yeah, and then on E minor, I just lift both the fingers up. Sometimes I'll lift one or the other up. Let's see. So now we're kind of getting back to that hand muting is another way to add the rhythm. And then I take the pressure off. In this case, I'm doing the up, and then I'm hammering it down. Now I guess but you're always strumming when you hammer down. Now, here's the difference. I think you'd much rather have that rhythmic sound than just those little hammer-ons make the difference between someone who appears to be really, really a beginner and someone that appears to have some experience with getting some good rhythm, even just playing plain old chords. Okay. Now, bar chords, you can kind of do the same thing. Only I just do it with this index finger, so it's kind of going on and off the bass strings. Oh, so there you have your, what, train kept a rolling? From there, but you can clearly hear the difference that makes, rather than just as opposed to and it really brings the rhythm to life in the song. So those are just a few of the things that kind of come to my mind right off the bat. So adding that rhythm component by simply hammering on in one technique or another really is going to add a lot of spice to your playing, and you're not going to have to do a whole bunch more. Most of the stuff you can do. Now, some of the other I've seen other strings get hammered on too, but these are kind of the easy ones, I guess, that I've been messing with for a long time. And then keep in mind always that pressure to take off. Which then you can get that little scratching sound, which is kind of the same thing, right? So when we do the sliding E thing, I just raise them up just a little. I just take the pressure off the fingers. Okay, the fingers don't really come off the strings. The pressure gets released, and then you get this sound, as opposed to that. So when I'm pressing, and then I can stop it immediately just by bringing the pressure off. But when I'm doing that strumming, as you've heard numerous times in these other lessons, is so just another little technique. It's not like you got to make a bunch of fast chord changes. It's just that when you're in those, to use those hammer-ons to get some effect, and experiment a little bit. There's not really any rules about what strings can be hammered on. I think you can hammer on just pretty much any. Some are a little easier than others, and it does take a little practice with the muscle memory to okay, make this finger move, but keep the other ones on. That's probably what you're going to run into at first. But work on this skill when you're just playing your chords. And I think it's better to be really good at one key or just a few chords rather than being like not so good with a whole bunch of chords. So that's why I probably have emphasized and continue to emphasize, get one key down before you start moving on. And the easiest ones are the ones that I guess are most common for me in a lot of songs are E, D, and A. And G. G, C, D. D's not quite so bad. Let's see. Oh, then the third one will be D, G, and A. I think that's right. Is that right? Key of D. Yeah, that's right. Good. Key of A is A, D, C. So really those four keys are probably the simplest ones. When you get into the key of C, now you're going to have to deal with an F, and I'm normally playing a bar chord, which just makes it a little bit tougher. But pick one of those keys or two of those keys and work on those. You notice that some of the chords are the same in those different keys. That's going to help you get really good at 3 or 4 chords that are all in the same key. Before you worry about, I need to learn B7, because that's in the key of E, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend. E, A7, and then you got this B7. Well, there's plenty of songs in that key, but work on the other ones first. And most of the songs now that I put up are in that key of G, or you can play them in the key of G if they're not. So hopefully that's been helpful for you, and let me know if you got any questions, or if there's any other songs that you want me to work on, or any other lessons that you might be incomplete and you just want a little bit more information. Okay, great. Keep on strumming. Keep on working on it.